welcome to our visiting team, the New Westminster Salmonbellies. Number 35, Ryan Downey. Number 1, Reed Watson. Number 2, Aiden Heinzen. Number 3, Caleb Borg. Number 4, Ezra Glanville. Number 5, Ben Sonnen. Number 7, Kai George. Number 9, Nolan Ragazzi. Number 10, Halen Rasmussen. Number 11, Cameron Ickert. Number 12, Tyson Nielsen. Number 15, Kieran Isbister. Number 19, Reed Hines McDonald. Number 20, Austin Ducommon. Number 21, Dante Twomley. Number 22, Axel Sanderson. Number 23, Aiden McDonald. Number 24, Colburn Connolly. Number 39, Ren Glanville. And number 44, Lucas Nielsen. And for our home team, the Coquitlam Adanacs. Number 6, Jack Charbonneau. Number 10, Wes Phillips. Number 12, Robbie Turpin. Number 34, Marcello Manarino. Number 15, David Charney. Number 17, Ramos Shinato. Number 18, Luca Anton Giovanni. Number 20, Ryan Favreau. Number 21, Cole Kennett. Number 22, Ty Banks. Number 24, Carter Clark. Number 27, Parker Kennedy. Number 28, Jordan Reed. Number 29, Jackson Dillon. Number 31, Thomas Ungaro. Number 35, Jack Kask. Number 36, Ben Coghill. Number 45, Jackson Smart. Number 66, Jackson Fridge. And number 98, Ben Musso. Please rise for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in to what promises to be a thrilling Friday night from the iconic Palace on Poirier. It's the Adanacs playing host to the visiting Salmonbellies. The A's have been nothing short of sensational all season long, especially in recent weeks. With a remarkable 5-game winning streak under their belts, they've firmly established themselves at the top of the league standings while boasting a comfortable margin over the rest of the league. Arguably, the most impressive thing about their success is that they've achieved it without a single player ranking in the league's top 5 of any offensive statistical category, proving that strength lies in unity. On the other side of the floor, the Salmonbellies from New West, a team hungry for their second straight victory here tonight. A win here would not only bolster their confidence, but also propel them into 5th place in the league standings. More so known for their defensive prowess, New West have been an immovable force, allowing the fewest goals in the league and sporting the best penalty kill. Tonight, they'll once again rely on their heavy back end, but they'll need a significant offensive contribution if success is in their future. Welcome into BC Sports TV, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tino Farah, bringing you all of your action here tonight as we have been all summer long, getting ready for this BC Junior A matchup between the visiting Salmonbellies and the hometown Adanacs. We're just moments away here from the opening face-off. As both teams are lined up, we have Ben Coghill for the A's lining up against Colburn Connolly, as I'm sure we'll see this matchup go head-to-head all night long, and we are underway. The opening draw goes the way of the Salmonbellies. And an immediate turnover goes all the way back down into the Salmonbellies end. Your starting goaltenders tonight, we'll start you off with those bellies. Number 1, Reed Watson coming into the game, sporting a .961 goals against average and a save percentage of .819. I'll get you your starter for Coquitlam in just a moment. Charbonneau, drop pass there for Favreau. Sends it back into the corners. They go lefty strong on this set. Swing pass over to Dillon, a one-timer, and they score on their first shot of the game. Coquitlam is here to play. Take a look at this one, ladies and gentlemen, as we get an eye here of the replay on BC Sports TV. Some healthy movement there from the Adanacs, but they quickly send it back over to the lefties, and it's Charbonneau grabbing his first of the game. The ensuing face-off goes the way of Coquitlam right away. David Charney trying to get something going now for his A's.
First goal scored at 1935. Number 27, Parker Kennedy. Assisted by number 29, Jackson Dillon, and number 6, Jack Charbonneau.
So now we'll get our first opportunity to see New West's offense, as I'll just finish off the starting goaltender here in net for Coquitlam. As it is Jack Kask staring down this New West offense. Here's Dukeman, swing pass far side. They do get a shot and a save there by Kask. His first one is to reach to corral that rebound. I'll get you some Kask stats in just a moment here. Coming to the night with the league's best goals against average of .701 and a save percentage of .825 to boot. And he's got his first save under his belt here early. And he might have to make another one here. He will, with no rebound to show for it either. He'll connect with Cole Kennett on the transition. Stretch pass all the way up into the New West zone. That's Ty Banks, and he'll leave for Marcello Manarino. Wearing number 34 here this season for the hometown A's. Now Jack Charbonneau. Looking for more after opening the scoring here early. Less than a minute into this game. He got things cooking for the Adanacs, and now New West will try to answer back here as they get over center. That was Tristan Nielsen. And now they work it straight here on the left side. 9 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Ren Glanville trying to get away from that pressure of the Adanacs. Can't quite do it, though, so he'll have to just dump it down into the corner. Nothing going early here on this New West offense, but plenty of lacrosse to play here still as Jackson Dillon sidesteps a defender before sending it over to David Charney. Charney goes far side over to the left. He's return feed now to Jackson Dillon. Waits for the screen, tries to come over top, has a little bit of room. He kicks that one just wide. Past Watson. That shot goes on target. Now David Charney battles for that loose ball, but he puts it up and out of play. So it will be New West possession. Kai George, the captain for these Salmonbellies, dishes and heads off for a change. Now Dante Twomley sets the screen for Sanderson, cutting through the middle, but we have a delayed call here, as it looks like it will be against New West. Too many men call, if I'm not mistaken here. So the first man advantage of the night will go in favor of Coquitlam. Stand out from the crowd with Associated Labels and Packaging. Our innovative packaging solutions will showcase your brand in the best possible light. Contact us today, and let's elevate your product to the next level. Coquitlam gets the first opportunity, the man up. They ripped that one off the post from the outside. That was Jackson Dillon looking for his first of the evening. They go far side. Now one-timer, a wide-open net for Manarino. Couldn't get it on target, though. Again, around the perimeter. Dillon over to Charney. That one gets blocked. That low subber didn't quite make it on target. Now Dillon has to try to send it down into the corner, and that one picked off by a defender. Good hands there by Cameron Ickert, and he sends his team the other way shorthanded. Kai George takes a high hit. Loses his chin strap in the process. He's all right there, and now Axel Sanderson takes it behind the net. Still with it now. Again, ends up behind the net. Triple team from Coquitlam. And a good stick check sends Ty Banks up near center. 50 seconds to work with here now on the man advantage for Coquitlam. As David Cherney slowly works his way into the offensive zone. Here's Jackson Dillon. Return feed now to him. Just playing pass back and forth as they wait for the motion. Manarino sends it back up to Dillon. Far side into the corner. And Favreau puts that one off the iron. Dillon has it once again here at point for this power play. A blind pass for David Charney. That one just deflected before it got through. Dillon with it once again takes that one, but it gets saved by Watson. Pass goes off the head of Marcello Manarino, but it keeps his team on the offensive side of the floor, and we are back to 5-on-5. So 0 for 1 on the power play. Coquitlam is to start this game. There's a feed through the middle. And Jack Charbonneau just put that one off the right foot of one Reed Watson. Manarino, swing pass over to Parker Kennedy. Some pretty footwork there to try to get away from a defender. He'll send it back down to the far side corner. Cross floor feed to Charney. Around a twister. That one stopped by Watson. Collected by New West. Good stick there by Ben Sonnen. And now they got to get this one over center. They can't do it in time. Just slow to get things going was Cameron Ickert. Maybe just unaware of how much time he had there on the clock, and he'll head back for another defensive shift. Smart over to Dillon. Cross floor feed into the stick of Parker Kennedy. Now return to Dillon and back down into the stick of Jackson Smart. He's got some room. Tries to tuck underneath the one-hand flip to Dillon. Around a defender, and he scores! Jackson Dillon cashes in for his first of the game. Not to mention his 21st of the season. Just around a defender through the middle, and just like that, we have ourselves a 2-0 game in the first period. Ensuing face-off again goes the way of Coquitlam.
The night scored at 13:47. Number 29, Jackson Dillon, assisted by number 45, Jackson Smart.
So the two Jacksons connecting for Coquitlam's second goal of the game, already leading the shot category 10-2. Now here's David Charney, swing pass over to Charbonneau. Nice spin move to get away from a defender. Another swim move afterwards, and that one blocked before it got through. Just 3 to shoot now. Sharp angle bid makes its way on target. A heads-up play there from Ryan Favreau. Now Wes Phillips collects, but he'll send it far side to Manarino. Nice move around a defender, and a glove save there by Watson. Couple bodies go flying as the physicality picking up here between, I believe that's David Charney and Kai George. Delayed call now coming up against New West. So Jack Kask makes his way towards the bench. Coquitlam goes 6-on-5. Perimeter work here for the Adanacs. Here's Charney. Takes that one, and that one stopped, however, by Watson. And I believe it will be Kai George heading to the sin bin here for 2 or less. Get the job done with Levitt Machinery. From forklifts to aerial lifts, we've got the equipment you need to tackle any project. Contact us today. Let's get to work. Thank you, Levitt Machinery. And Coquitlam goes right back to work on the man advantage after going 0 for 1 on their first chance. There's a feed through the middle and a save by Watson. David Charney found himself all alone there in the middle. Got that one clean on net, but Reed Watson turns that one aside. There's a twister on net again from Charney, and Watson had to turn back to stop that one from trickling through. Bobbled pass there down in the near side corner from New West. Got to get this one over center, and they can't in time. As that was Caleb Borg. Just bobbled that initial pass from Watson. And it's going to be Coquitlam's ball again up near center. Jackson Dillon looking for his second of the game here. Works it around the perimeter. Pass through the middle, a blind one, and another glove save there from Watson. And now Cameron Ickert will make quick work of this transition shorthanded. Wanted to send that far side in the stick of Austin Dukeman. A telegraphed pass, however, and here comes Coquitlam once again. Manarino slowly into the offensive zone, sends a bounce pass up top to Charney. Jackson Dillon has some room. Deflected pass there by Ickert, intended for Charney. He grabs it and sent it back to Dillon. Room through the middle, putting that one just wide was Jackson Dillon. Now Charbonneau had to take that one off the hop, down low onto the crease. And a stick save there, shutting down the 5-hole was Reed Watson. Here's Dukeman over center, using his size and speed to his advantage, trying to get away from the double team of Coquitlam. Good work there, but pressured up high by Robbie Turpin and Ty Banks. Defended perfectly, and they force him over center. Good job there by Dukeman to send that, or to keep that rather, back on their side of center. But either way, Coquitlam gets the ball, and we're back to 5-on-5 action. So 0 for 2 now on the man advantage. Now Jackson Smart tries to get underneath, draws another penalty on the drive. And Coquitlam will be heading right back to the man advantage as soon as New West touches the ball here. Kask back on the bench. Coquitlam going 6-on-5 once again. Marcello Manarino, the late man, off the bench. Here's Charney working with Charbonneau. One-timer from the crease, and Manarino cashes in. Marcello Manarino with the extra attacker, thanks to Jack Kask working his way quickly to the bench. The one-timer makes this a 3-0 game with 9:59 to play in the first period. So still 0 for 2 on the man advantage.
Coquitlam goal scored at 9:59 by number 34, Marcello Manarino, assisted by number 6, Jack Charbonneau, and number 15, David Charney.
So, as I mentioned, still 0 for 2 on the man advantage, Coquitlam is, because they never actually got this third opportunity. They scored either way with the extra attacker. And, man, it has just been all Coquitlam all the time here. Out shooting New West 19-2, up 3-0 halfway through this opening period. And they're right back to work offensively here, working it around the outside. Lefty strong on this set. They work it to Luca Anton Giovanni! And a save there by Watson. Looks like we will have a Coquitlam penalty, however, coming up. So an opportunity now for New West to try to get into the goal category for the first time tonight on the man advantage. Are you looking for a place to unwind and enjoy quality craft beer? Well, look no further than Brave Brewing in Port Moody. With our inviting atmosphere, delicious food, and a wide selection of brews, we are your go-to destination for a great time. There's a shot from the outside over top of the left shoulder of Kask that time. Just wide. They got a man down on the crease. Some pretty passing here from New West. A little bit of bobbled pass. Now Dukeman from the outside. Swing pass over to Glanville and a save by Kask. Loose ball off the end boards. Cleaned up by Reed Hines McDonald. Now the top shooter, swing pass over to the far side, trying to go 5-hole, and Kask shuts the door. Ball goes back over center. Coquitlam last to touch, though, so it will remain New West ball with a fresh 30. Here's Hines McDonald. Up to Nolan Regazzi. He has it once again, tried to go far side, but Kask again stopped that one. Halfway through the Coquitlam penalty now, Ty Banks over center, leads for Jack Charbonneau. Short-handed Now into the stick of Marcello Manarino, the latest goal scorer here for the Adanacs. Cashing in on his 14th of the season. He sends it far side over to Charbonneau. 5 seconds to shoot now. Jackson Smart swim move. But he'll just send this one down low into the corner and kill as much time here as possible. 33 seconds remaining now in their penalty. That's Ryan Favreau sitting in the sin bin currently for another 30 seconds. Always just feels like the longest 30 seconds of your life, though, as the clock continues to wind down. Dukeman sends it down into the corner. Return feed now. Here's Ragazzi down low to Hines McDonald. 13 to shoot here on the shot clock. Back up to Dukeman. Fakes the pass. Now sends it far side. There's a stop again by Kask. Final 5 seconds and the penalty to Ryan Favreau as he opens the door and makes his way back onto the floor. Marcello Manarino sizing up his defender. Far side feed now over to Parker Kennedy. Working with Wes Phillips. Flipped inside to Kennedy. Still has the ball. Double team, though. Takes a big hit. And New West goes the other way. Strong defense there by the Salmonbellies. Of course, they come in as one of the best defending teams in the league. They have the least amount of games played, but also the lowest goals against. Axel Sanderson steps outside, sends it over to Ren Glanville, now down into the corner for Aiden McDonald. Just couldn't quite get a handle on that pass, and that'll send Coquitlam the other way. Stretch pass intended for Ryan Favreau. Had to reach behind him, but just could not quite get a handle there. Taken off the end boards, and now New West has to get over center. They just got a second left, and they do just in time as the tie goes to the runner that time. And New West goes back to work. Here's Hines McDonald. Gets his way through the middle underneath of a defender, sends it down to the near side corner. Swing pass far side. Aiden McDonald gets that shot off, but that goes up and out of play off the backboards. Heads up here, folks. And it will be Coquitlam possession. Jordan Reed leaves for David Charney and heads off for a change. Charney has a ton of room to work with. He'll send it far side to Jack Charbonneau. Charbonneau looking for a target. Fakes going underneath. Now absorbs a check, drives down low, dives across the crease, and a save by Watson. Fresh 30 now for the Adanacs. Here's Jackson Dillon over to Wes Phillips. Down to Charbonneau. Fakes the pass again, waits for the screen, doesn't like what he sees. Now he'll fake the drive low. Comes back over top, and an interference call against Coquitlam will send New West the other way. Lobbed pass to Caleb Borg. Sends a pass far side. This is Ren Glanville. Fakes the pass, now has some room down to Dukeman. Delayed call coming up to Coquitlam. That pass to Aiden McDonald, 10 to shoot. Up to Dukeman once again as New West goes 6 on 5 here. Return feed to Dukeman. Big windup, and that one hit Kask straight in the head, and the rebound goes all the way back into the stick of Lucas Nielsen, and he puts that into a wide open cage. An unlucky bounce for Jack Kask and the Adanacs as that initial shot goes right off of the cage of Kask, stunned him there for a moment. And while he was trying to regain his footing, Nielsen put that into the yawning cage. So 3-1 now in favor of Coquitlam as New West gets one back.
Goal of the night scored at 4:42 by number 44, Lucas Nielsen, unassisted.
So here comes Coquitlam now trying to answer back. As they work it around the outside. Feed over to Kennedy. 4:20 to play now in the first period. That pass to Charbonneau. Little bit too hot to handle, and he sends it back near side. Here's Jackson Smart, puts that one on target, but swallowed nicely there by Reed Watson. Coquitlam still out shooting New West by a large margin, 22-8 currently. And that feed over top of, or at least intended to go over top of Kask. A little bit slow to get up after jumping to take away that angle. Tough couple of stops there in short succession for Jack Kask as he took that initial one off the face mask and then just got up a little bit gingerly after having to jump to get his shoulders up to take away that last New West chance. Swim move by Charney, has to spin back, takes a heavy hit there by Kai George. A hard back check ends up as an interference call against New West. Kai George just having to eat that one, but he gets his team a fresh 30 from their own side of center. Hines McDonald up to Axel Samuelson, back down to Hines McDonald. Works his way through the middle, now back outside. Cross floor feed. That's Aiden McDonald. A blind pass to Sanderson, deflected by Ben Musso. A heads-up stick there. But an impressive pass that time by Aiden McDonald, looking one way and passes the other. And almost got that one through. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first game of the season for one Aiden McDonald. Such a big piece to the future of these Salmonbellies. Second-year junior. Now Jackson Smart unable to get that drive towards the net as he just lost the handle and stepped in the crease. And here comes New West now with about 2:35 to play in the first period. McDonald over to Dukeman. Takes his space and sends it near side to Sanderson. Again, a cross-floor feed. That one just a little too hot to handle for Dukeman, using his frame to get around a defender. Pass down low onto the crease, intended for Lucas Nielsen. That one just out of his reach, and here comes Ty Banks. High and wide as he takes a back check there. And New West has some momentum now going the other way. Quick work of the transition by Kieran Isbister. Up top there for Reed Hines McDonald. 13 seconds on the shot clock. He waits for the screen, uses it. Twomley gets that one around a defender and stopped by Kask. Twomley going to continue to battle along the sideboards there with Robbie Turpin. Loses that battle thanks to Luca Anton Giovanni coming in there to help a teammate. Turpin to Dylan. Now down low to Charney. Waiting for the screen, comes around over top, has a lane, but he'll send it far side into the corner to Phillips instead. Phillips now, near side feed to Dylan and return to Charbonneau. Nice move to get through and a save there by Watson. Bobbles the loose ball, and Phillips gets the shot off the rebound. Kai George now. Good loose ball picked up through the middle. He gets over center himself, and he'll turn back. Fakes the drop pass. Looking for a target now as he tried to send it down low to Dukeman. And that one picked off with just about a minute to play. But it will be New West ball as there's a delayed call here now coming up to the Adanacs with 56 seconds to play in the first period. Build with strength and stability thanks to Power Hardscape Structures. Our team of experts in cutting-edge technology ensure the highest quality results. Contact us today and let's make your project a success. So a huge opportunity here now for the Salmonbellies to try to get back within one with under a minute to play here in the first period. Regazi in the shooter position, sends it over to Nielsen, and Dukeman's heavy shot gets stopped there by Kask. Breakout pass deflected by Dukeman, still gets over center, and Anton Giovanni finds some space here now, shorthanded. Under 30 to play, Anton Giovanni in the near side corner has his pass deflected. Going to continue to battle for it as now Jackson Fridge cleans it up for his team. 5 seconds to work with on the shot clock. 14 seconds in the period. Nice move there by Fridge, and he sent it down low into the corner. And New West has got to make quick work now with just 8 seconds remaining on the clock in this first period. They send it up quickly over center, but that one out of the reach of the intended target. And Dukeman has it. Now he puts that one just wide right before the clock expires, and that'll send us into our first intermission. What an exciting period to start this one as we head towards the second. Coquitlam leading this one 3-1 over the New Westminster Salmonbellies. Grab your snacks, grab your drinks, and don't go too far, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back here on BC Sports TV for second period action in about 10 minutes' time. Back inside the Palace on Poirier, ladies and gentlemen, as both teams have made their way back onto the floor, and we are just under a minute away from the start of the second period in this BC Junior A matchup between the hometown Adanacs and the visiting New West Salmonbelly. Coquitlam heads into the second up 3-1. They're going to start down a man, however, as Jordan Reed still has about a minute left to serve in his penalty. Coquitlam got off to such a hot start, going 3 straight goals to kick off this game. Goals from Parker Kennedy, Jackson Dillon, and Marcello Manarino, with a beautiful one-timer from right down low on the crease. All of that before Lucas Nielsen put one home, the only one of the game so far for the Salmonbellies, as they look to try to chip away at this 2-goal deficit here. Reed Watson was the busier of the two goalies, without a doubt, facing 24 shots in total and stopping 21 of them. Jack Kask, his counterpart on the other side of the floor, stopping 8 of the available 9. Opening faceoff goes, and we are underway. Excuse me. Kai George grabs the loose ball and sends it over to Lucas Nielsen before heading off for a change, as New West goes to work here with the man advantage. Cross-floor feed intended for Nielsen. That one deflected by a defender. Glanville trying to get a handle on that one to get a shot off. Ball ends up in the near side corner where Dukeman battles for it. Sharp angle shot there by Ren Glanville. Ends up wide in the opposite corner from him. And nothing to show for their first offensive possession on the man advantage for the Salmonbellies. Both teams 0 for 2 on the man advantage to start off this game. New West trying to change that misfortune so far. But they're going to have to stop this shorthanded offensive unit of the Adanacs, and Jackson Smart tries to work his way down low. Spins away. Here comes the double team from the Salmonbellies. Just 10 seconds to work with here on the shot clock as Parker Kennedy puts that around one defender, but off of another one. Blocked before it got through. And that'll do it for the penalty to Jordan Reed. So 0 for 3 now, the Salmonbellies move to on the man advantage. But we are back to 5-on-5, and Aiden McDonald sends it far side into the corner. Working it around the perimeter. Nice move there. And the return feed to Nielsen. Gets through underneath. Tries to put a 5-hole around a jumping Jack Kask. But just squeezes his legs together to take away any daylight there. And Jordan Reed gets it over center quickly for the Adanacs. Ryan Favreau comes around. Uses the screen from Wes Phillips. That pass intended for Phillips, just off the mark. And New West makes quick work of their transition over center. Caleb Borg. Down low to Austin Dukeman. And he sent it down to Ezra Glanville. Dukeman again. Fakes the shot, sent it down to Ren Glanville. And a right shoulder stop there by Kask. Fresh 30 now for the Bellies. Glanville on target, another shoulder save by Kask. And the loose ball ends up back in the stick of Jack Kask, who starts off the transition for Coquitlam. Stretch pass to Ben Musso, slowing things down offensively for his Coquitlam team. Parker Kennedy down low to Jack Charbonneau. Cross-floor feed to Charney. Waits for the screen, returns it now to Charbonneau. Again, back and forth as they go east to south. But that Charney bid on net goes just wide, and New West goes the other way. That one off the mark, ends up behind the net, and Kask steps out of his crease to get a handle on that one. They got to make quick work of their transition now. Just a couple seconds to get over center. They do, as Charbonneau was waiting on the sidewall here near side. Jackson Smart looking for a lane. Puts that one on target, and Watson shuts the door. A left kick save there. And Halen Rasmussen gets things going now for the Salmonbellies. Aiden McDonald. He's got a lot of room to work with. Takes it. One-timer! Just goes wide as Dante Twomley had Jack Cask sprawling, but they can't put it on target. Now just 5 seconds to shoot. Nielsen, not sure if he's aware of the clock. The bouncer goes on net, but a too many men call now coming up against the New Westminster Salmonbellies, and Coquitlam's going to go back to the man advantage. For all your tube bending needs, trust Reliable Tube. Our experienced team and state-of-the-art equipment ensure precision and quality in every bend. Contact us today and let's get started. So Kai George currently at center with Ty Banks, each having words with the official before the start of this man advantage here for Coquitlam. Jackson Dillon going to start things off, and he immediately sends it over to Charney, who sent it back to Dillon. Now Charbonneau, down low to Favreau, return feed to Charbonneau. Jackson Dillon again takes that one, but it goes off the iron. And here comes New West the other way, shorthanded on target, but a save by Cask, staring down Tyson Nielsen. Taking away what would have been his second of the year. And New West goes back to work now on the man advantage. That pass off target. Kai George grabs the loose ball off the end boards, and Ezra Glanville gets it over center quickly for the Bellies. Far side feed into the stick of Axel Sanderson. A extra ball made its way onto the floor, so the referees blow it down just for a moment. But we are back to work, and New West ends up with a fresh 30. No, we have the official counting manually now. Just 5 seconds now to work with on the shot clock, as Hines McDonald's getting pressured way up high. Just has to dump that down onto Jack Cask. An easy one for him to handle. And Coquitlam goes back over center, still with 50 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Charbonneau sends it over to Charney, now to Dillon. Running point here again. He and Charney playing pass back and forth through the middle, and they cash in. David Charney gets his first of the game in through the middle, and Coquitlam finally has one with the man advantage. So they'll improve to 1 for 3 now with the extra man. David Charney just finds some room through the middle, lost past a couple of defenders, and puts that one past Reed Watson. Face-off goes in front of the Coquitlam bench as Icker grabs this one. Nice move to get away from some pressure, and he sends it up into the offensive zone.
15:04, power play goal by number 15, David Charney.
Now a breakaway for Jackson Fridge, spins back to the middle, fakes the shot, sends it far side to the middle. And a lucky break there for New West as they turned it over at center and sent Jackson Fridge quickly the other way. Would have been 2 quick strikes by Coquitlam, but New West gets away from that one scot-free, and here comes Aiden McDonald now on the near side crease. Sanderson down low. Twomley comes around, puts that one on net, and they score! Dante Twomley gets his second of the year past Jack Cask, and New West gets one back. A heavy release there from 21 in red, Dante Twomley. And a good response there from the Salmonbellies to answer quickly. And they're going right back to work here. Kai George, a bouncer on net, and he scores! New West, back-to-back goals, less than 30 seconds apart. Kai George, the captain, from his wrong side of the floor, takes a big hit from Ty Banks, pays for that one, but that's a bruise that he's going to be okay with as he puts that one past Jack Cask.
of the night, scored at 14:05 by number 7, Kai George.
Coquitlam going right back to work here now off the ensuing face-off. Trying to get back to their scoring ways after giving up 2 quick ones. Favreau backpedaling away from some pressure. Now he'll start to initiate. 10 seconds to shoot. A twister on target. Watson shuts the door, but he can't get back in time for the rebound. Manarino gets another one. Second of the game for Marcello Manarino. Restores the 2-goal lead. And we got ourselves a flurry of goals here now in quick succession. 3 straight goals, about a minute and a half apart. 2 from New West, but this time it's Manarino getting one back for the Adanacs.
35, number 34, Marcello Manarino, unassisted.
Here comes New West now, bobbling that pass, however, and Jackson Fridge quickly goes the other way. Now he'll slow things down, driving underneath himself, an individual effort, and a save by Watson. Jackson Fridge takes his space. Now Glanville puts that one on target, but a spinning save there by Kask. And again, going back the other way quickly now is Coquitlam. Shinato fakes going around his defender, works his way into the corner, and looks for an offensive target fresh off the bench. Wesley Phillips now along the near side sideboards. Around a defender, that one goes wide. He collects his own rebound. Far side corner, here's Jackson Dillon, 8 seconds to shoot. Feed to Kennedy. Puts that one on net, trying to go through the 7-hole there of Reed Watson, but he squeezes his arm to his body and takes away any rebound that would have come from that. Rasmussen, nice spin move around Wesley Phillips as the 2 number 10s battle head-to-head. Here's Austin Dukeman. Down low onto the corner. They get that shot off, and what a save there by Kask. Sliding to his left, and Coquitlam now goes the other way with speed. Ty Banks backpedals away from pressure. Doesn't like what he sees. He'll wait for reinforcements. He's getting pressured up high, but he'll send it down low into the corner to Ryan Favreau. Cross floor feed to Manarino. Looking for his 3rd of the game already. Charbonneau uses the screen over top. Wines, fires, and a save there by Watson. High hit against Charbonneau, and he draws a penalty now coming up against Aiden Hinson. 6-on-5, Coquitlam's going to go as Kask now on the bench. Favreau has it now for the Adanacs. Over to Dillon. Now Smart, back to Charbonneau. Return feed around a screen, a kick save there by Watson. Loose ball ends up as a touch by New West, and Coquitlam is going to go back to the man advantage. Are you planning to build your dream home, or are you looking to renovate your existing one? Well, look no further than Jack Seaweed Construction. With over 30 years of experience, we've helped countless home openers in British Columbia turn their vision into reality. So Coquitlam looking to try to build on some momentum after scoring on their last power play, and Jack Charbonneau rings that one off the iron. That close to making this a 6-3 game. Good stick there up near center by Ben Musso. Gets another possession here for the power play unit of the Adanacs. Charbonneau up to Dillon. Down low onto the crease, intended for Manarino. That one just a little bit too hot for him to handle. And the turnover against New West sends David Charney the other way for Coquitlam. Sees some pressure, so he gets away from that and finds Jack Charbonneau. Down low under the crease for Ryan Favreau. Back up top to Jackson Dillon. There's their motion. Charney around a screen, kicked aside by Watson. All the way back down to Kask. So he steps out into the corner and gets it quickly back up into the stick of David Charney. We're halfway through the power play for the Coquitlam Adanacs here. Charney running point now. That one deflected by a defender. Charbonneau has to battle through that one. Now David Charney gets taken down to the ground. Possession Coquitlam. Manarino, 7 seconds to shoot. Skip pass to Favreau. Battles for that one, slips in the process, though, and Watson grabs the loose ball behind their own net. Nice move there by Cameron Ickert to sidestep a defender. Finds a man off the bench, and he'll head off for a change. Ren Glanville, double-teamed. Gets through, working his way down low, in on target, and he puts that one just wide, sliding through the crease. Pays a price for that one. He gets up a little bit gingerly, but he makes his way back towards the New West bench. And we are just about back to even strength. There's a shot swallowed there by Watson. Loose ball grabbed by Manarino, and he'll work his way back over to his side of the floor. They go righty strong in this set. Smart looking for a shot lane. Skips it over to Kennedy. The one-timer goes short side wide. Now Dillon trying to get away from the pressure. He'll send it over to Parker Kennedy. Skip pass back to Dillon. Around a defender, stopped by the left arm of Watson. Kennedy flip pass to Phillips. This has been a long offensive set here now for the Adanacs. Smart down low into the corner. Up top to Dillon. That one trickles through Watson, and he scores. Second of the game for Jackson Dillon as he just muscled that one past Reed Watson. And the lead is now 6-3 for Coquitlam. Just a little extra oomph on that one from Dillon. Beats Watson 5-hole. Already their 38th shot of the game here with 8:43 to play in the second period.
Coquitlam's sixth goal of the night scored at 8:43 in the second period. Number 29, Jackson Dillon, assisted by number 45, Jackson Smart, and number 10, Wes Phillips.
Dukeman into the offensive zone quickly. Sends a twister up top to Lucas Nielsen. Return feed now to Dukeman. Looking for a target far side. Almost connected there with Reed Hines McDonald, but that one picked off by a Coquitlam defender. And Jackson Fridge works into the offensive zone. Draw pass for Charbonneau. He's got Charney on his left. He'll skip that one down low to Smart. Back to Dillon, looking for more, and he stings the corner. Hat trick, Jackson Dillon. Take a look at this one, ladies and gentlemen, as the third of the game for Jackson Dillon ends up as the seventh for his Adanacs. Time and space is a beautiful thing, and when you're going to give it to a guy like Jackson Dillon, he's going to take it all game long.
Number 29, Jackson Dillon, assisted by number 45, Jackson Smart, and number 6, Jack Charbonneau.
Number 23 on the year now for Jackson Dillon. As his team hangs on to a 4-goal lead now, their largest lead of the game. And they go right back to work here offensively. Jackson Smart, always looking for a shot lane. Sends it far side over to Charbonneau, who drives through the defender, puts that one on net, and Watson shuts the door. Loose ball cleaned up by Dillon. Thought about driving low instead, skipped that over to Favreau, who returned it back down to the righties. Here's Smart. Skip pass over to Charbonneau. Looking for a lane. Thought about driving low, decided against it. 13 seconds to shoot now. Sends it over to Smart. Works his way through, and a save by Watson. But another penalty coming up here to the Salmonbellies. And Coquitlam's going to go right back to work on the man advantage. Are you an athlete looking for high-quality sports equipment? Look no further than MVP Athletic Supplies in Langley. From gloves to cleats, all at unbeatable prices, MVP Athletic Supplies, the one-stop shop for all your sports needs. So 1 for 4, this power play unit is. As they work it around the outside, Dillon sends it to Smart. Around a defender, that one blocked before it got through. And Kask sends it quickly back up to Jackson Smart. Has to take that one off the hop. Now Dylan from the outside puts that one on target, but Watson shuts the door once again. Looking for a breakout target. That one intended to connect with Colburn Connolly. Would have been in alone there on Jack Kask, but just could not get a handle on that pass. Now Charbonneau over to Dylan. They'll play pass back and forth up top. Jackson Smart waits for the screen, puts that one on net, and a low glove save there by Watson. New West going the other way. Sidestepping a check there was Ben Sonnen. A heads-up play as that one could have been dangerous. But he gets away from that one scot-free, and Axel Sanderson now sends it over to Lucas Nielsen. Just 8 seconds on the shot clock. So they work it around the perimeter here short-handed. A soft shot on target. More likely just a dump-in attempt by Sanderson. Will send Coquitlam the other way with 35 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Dylan and Charbonneau playing pass around the outside as they do so often here. Now they'll start their motion as David Charney comes around. Backhanded flip pass to Dylan. Just lost the handle. Took a big hit there on the back. No call, but they'll get an interference and a fresh 30 to boot. Dylan. Now Charbonneau to Charney. He's got some room up top at the point if he wants it. Charney, an underhand flip pass to Dylan, who put that one just high and wide. Diving for that one was Charbonneau, but just out of his reach. And we are back to 5-on-5 as Cameron Ickert steps out of the box. Smart, his pass picked off by Ezra Glanville, and he's off to the races. In alone on Kask. Glanville shoots, and a save by Kask. Getting his right elbow up to take away that open net. That close to a 7-4 game. Great save by Jack Kask. Dylan around the outside. Over to Charbonneau. Skip feed now to Sharp. Down low to Manarino. Looking for a target. Sends it back up top to Dylan. Again now to Charbonneau. Favreau works his way through the middle. And Manarino just has to send a low subber on net as the shot clock was winding down. Now Kai George over center. Had one of the two quick strikes for New West way back in the early stages of the second period. Feels like ages ago now. McDonald around the outside. Pass intended for Twomley, but he started his motion towards the net, so that one just eluded him, and Coquitlam goes the other way quickly. Remo Shinato sidesteps, tried to send that one to the stick of Charney. Picked off, however, by Dukeman. And he connects with Kieran Isbister. He'll head off for a change as the New West offense works their way back onto the floor. There's a heavy shot there by Dukeman, deflected. A one-timer there by Nielsen would have been his second of the game, but instead it's Ben Musso going the other way quickly for Coquitlam. Musso through the middle, sidesteps away, and he'll take some space to himself now and get it up into the sticks of the offensive players, starting off with Wes Phillips. Under 3 to play now in the second period. Phillips, 10 to work with on the shot clock. Nice passing here from Coquitlam, and that one made its way past Watson, but Manarino stepped through the crease before it crossed the line. So the official right on the crease takes that one away, and New West gets a fresh 30 the other way. Hines McDonald over to Glanville through a screen. That was Ezra Glanville. And Ren Glanville now battles for the loose ball with Lucas Nielsen. Back up top to Glanville. Far side feed to Twomley down low into the corner for Hines McDonald. Shoots that one, a heavy one from the outside, but handled with confidence by Kask. Now Ty Banks slowing things down as we approach the 2-minute mark here in the second period. Here's Favreau with it now for Coquitlam. Far side feed to Charney as he goes and sets a screen himself. Now Smart comes over top, takes a shot and puts it wide. Dylan puts that one off the post. So he looks for his 4th of the game already. And Rasmussen gets it over center now for the Salmonbellies. Skip pass, far side, now down low into the corner. As Nolan Regazzi gets around a defender. Down low to Sanderson. One-timer into the open net for Dukeman. Pretty passing for the Salmonbellies. Ends up as the 9th of the year for Austin Dukeman. Maybe got away with an interference call there. But either way, take advantage of what's in front of you. As Sanderson finds Dukeman in alone on the crease and puts that one into the yawning cage. Ben Coghill wins that one to himself and gets a possession here for his Adanacs. Now Robbie Turpin. Fresh off the bench here is Wes Phillips. Dillon working his way through the middle, decides to spin away and send it down low to Parker Kennedy. Now Phillips again, cross-floor feed. Jackson Dillon was already winding up for that one before it was settled in his stick. And lost it in the process. Now New West going the other way. Ren Glanville. Excuse me, that's Ezra Glanville. Bouncer now to Ren Glanville. So about 45 seconds to play here. Here's Dukeman. Fakes that one, puts that one on net, and he scores again. Austin Dukeman, 2 straight for the Bellies. They're back within 2. That's a huge goal for New West, as they at one point in this frame found themselves down by 4. And as we approach the second intermission here, they've now climbed back to get themselves within 2. Coquitlam grabs the loose ball off the ensuing faceoff. Coghill finds a man through the middle, and a save by Watson. Timeout now called by New West as they try to drop. Well, we'll see if they try to go 2 for 1 here now with 31.8 seconds remaining on the clock. See if they try to get an early shot to eventually equal the final possession of the game if they can get their handle on the loose ball, or if they're just going to try to kill as much clock as possible, as there would only be 1.8 seconds for Coquitlam to work with if they can grab the ball afterwards. But we've mentioned it so many times on these broadcasts, this heavy and suffocating defense of the Adanacs. They do such a good job of keeping teams to the perimeter.
For the second period.
And we'll see if they can continue to try to keep New West to the perimeter here on their final play of the period, or what will likely be their final play of the period at least. Watson on the bench, so New West will go 6-on-5. And it's going to be Austin Dukeman. 2 straight goals here from Dukeman. And he's going to start off with the ball on his own side of center. So we'll see how quickly they get to their motion. Hines McDonald has it now. And it looks like they will just hold for one final shot, as the physicality is certainly picking up in the middle of the floor. Glanville to Hines McDonald. Now they start their motion. That pass almost picked off. They do get it going. Pass through the middle, picked off. What a play by Clark. Sends it all the way down the floor, hoping for an empty net goal. But it just goes wide to the right, and we will head towards the third and final frame with Coquitlam leading New West 7-5. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We have a huge third period coming up in about 10 minutes' time. We're going to be right back here on BC Sports TV to bring you all of the action. Welcome back inside the Palace on Poirier, ladies and gentlemen, as we're just about a minute away from the start of the third period in this Junior A matchup between the hometown Adanacs and the visiting New Westminster Salmonbellies, where Coquitlam currently leads 7-5, but a couple of quick goals from New West late in the second period got them back within 2. Your goal scorers from Coquitlam from that second period: David Charney, Marcello Manarino, and 2 from Jackson Dillon. Dante Twomley, Kai George, and Austin Dukeman grabbed the goals for New West. And it was a high-flying affair early in the second period as 4 goals came in a minute and 29 seconds. 2 goals from each team, but both teams settling in shortly afterwards as it all came down to defense and goaltending afterwards. Speaking of goaltending, Jack Kask stopped 19 of 24 through 2 periods of play. His counterpart across from him, Reed Watson, as I've mentioned already, the busier of the 2 goalies, stopping 41 of the available 48. And we are underway now in the third period as the faceoff going the way of New West. Kai George grabs that loose ball, loses it, and takes a high hit from Anton Giovanni. Gets up slowly, but now working his way back into his defensive zone. Thanks for joining us, everybody, here on BC Sports TV. My name's Tino Farah. If you are just joining us, a perfect time to do so as we've just entered the third period there. Charbonneau puts that one on target, but it goes up and out of play. Will be a fresh 30 now for the Adanacs. Cross-floor feed to Kennedy. Connects with Favreau, who returns it over to the righties. Now Kennedy with it once again. Dillon from the outside, saved by Watson. And the loose ball cleaned up by a defender. Kai George sliding. Ooh, that one hurt to watch. But he's all right. Heads off to the bench, and New West gets their first offensive set of the third period. Hines McDonald sends it down low to Twomley. Spinning away from a check. Tried to send that one on net. Some friendly fires. That one deflected off the stick of Robbie Turpin. And Jack Kask had to be sharp to shut the door there. Make sure to follow us on all of our social medias here on BC Sports TV. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok as well, where we post all of our highlights from all the games. Free lacrosse coming all summer long here from our channels. You can find me on Instagram at Tino Farah and on Twitter at Farah Tino as well. Manarino now behind the net, battling for the loose ball. Far side corner. Fresh 30 if they can get a handle on it. So the battle continues, but it will go the way of New West as Tyson Nielsen gets over center quickly. He'll leave for Aiden McDonald on his wrong side of the floor, but finds some space and connects with Austin Dukeman. Looking for his third goal of the game. Wines, fires, and puts that one short side wide, back over center. And it will be Coquitlam possession. Ty Banks sends that one quickly, but the official right near him says a little too quickly for his liking. Wants to have some time to blow that one in before Coquitlam gets anything going too quickly. So now Jackson Dillon grabs possession for his team. 2.5 minutes into the third period, David Charney sent it back far side. Charney has it once again around a defender. Excuse me, it's Kai George, but he blocked it. And Cameron Ickert quickly into the offensive zone here for his Salmonbellies. Dante Twomley sidestepping into the offensive zone. Finds Hines McDonald. Now Dukeman spins away from a check. Absorbs another one. Flip pass intended for Hines McDonald. That one just a little bit too high. And Coquitlam goes the other way. Fridge in alone on a breakaway. A twister, and that one goes off the post. New West now battling through some pressure. Good job there by Ben Sonnen. Still trying to get through a double team. One hand on his stick, but he loses the handle. Ball still in his stick as it's alone there on the floor. Couple of bodies colliding. No calls here as that was Sonnen and Cole Kennett wrestling their way onto the floor. Sonen's going to go back for a defensive shift now still. Hopefully he's got some energy after absorbing a tackle there. Flip pass through the middle, eludes the intended target. Phillips now trying to grab that one, goes up and out of his stick and into the netting. And it will be New West possession. Caleb Borg fakes the flip pass. Now he'll send it in the stick of Reed Hines McDonald. Double team from Coquitlam. And Hines McDonald sends it down to Lucas Nielsen. He's got some room. Far side feed, near side feed to Twomley. 7 seconds to shoot. Flip pass to Hines McDonald. Puts that one on target. Kask shuts the door, and the loose ball cleaned up by the Adanacs. Jordan Reed through the middle to Banks. Takes that shot, and he scores! Ty Banks fired up after that one. And Coquitlam makes quick work of that transition. Jordan Reed had a lane to the net, instead decides to send it back up top to Ty Banks. And ends up being a smart decision as his first of the game gets Coquitlam on the score sheet first in this third period. Their 50th shot of the game ends up as their 8th. Eight to 5 now, Coquitlam leads as Ben Coghill grabs his team another possession by winning the faceoff.
Number 22, Ty Banks, assisted by number 28, Jordan Reed, and number 36, Ben Coghill.
Bouncer from Anton Giovanni, kicked aside by Watson, and the loose ball grabbed by the Adanacs. So fresh 30 to work with as they get a couple of offensive reinforcements back onto the floor. Phillips battling for that loose ball after he bobbled the pass, and it ends up as a turnover. So New West goes quickly the other way. Rasmussen working on Jackson Dillon, and both of them will head off to their respective benches. Now Axel Sanderson. Return feed now to him. 6 seconds to shoot. Drives onto the crease, tries to go over top of Kask. Again, jumping to shut the door as he has so many times here tonight. Something that New West has been going to often, trying to put that over top of Jack Kask. But he's handled those nicely as he did just moments ago. Jackson Smart now. Skip pass to Kennedy. Down low to Favreau. Fakes the pass and comes around over top. That one, a rising shot, goes wide. Smart, another shot after that, which goes wide, and New West will get possession off the shot clock violation over center. Aiden McDonald now. Looking for a target off the bench. He finds one in Reed Hines McDonald down low into the corner. One-timer by Aiden McDonald goes just wide. Flip pass to McDonald once again. Up top to Hines McDonald. That one intended for Lucas Nielsen, who just wasn't expecting that one, and Coquitlam goes the other way. Ben Coghill now over center quickly. Finds Jackson Dillon fresh off the bench. He'll send it down low to David Charney. Charney looking for a target far side. Skip it over to Jack Charbonneau. Return feed now to the righties. Dillon around a defender, blocked by Kai George. And just 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Jackson Dillon just having to dump that one down into the New West end. They'll get over center now as Sanderson steps around Ben Musso just for a moment, but Musso continues the pressure, jars the ball free, and Sanderson has to make quick work of that loose ball to stop that one from going back over center. Sanderson again takes that one up near center. There's some sloppy passing here from the Bellies. Hines McDonald steps around a check, takes that one through a defender, stopped by Kask. Now Cole Kennett showing off his wheels to get away from the check of Austin Dukeman. Now he'll head off for a change. This is Jackson Smart working the two-man game, puts that one on net, kicked aside by Watson. Fresh 30 now for Coquitlam. Favreau to Charbonneau. Waits for the screen. Spins back. Sends it over to the righties. As Smart looking for a shot lane once again. Flip pass through the middle to Manarino. Had to spin back to get a handle. Backhanded pass now to Smart. Around a defender. Stopped by Watson. Manarino scooped that one through the crease. And New West grabs the ball from behind their net. Now Ben Sonnen. He's got some back pressure and some front pressure. Takes a back check. And Aiden McDonald just has to dump that down to Lucas Nielsen. Not sure where it is. Lost it in his feet. And Luca Anton Giovanni sends it up to Ty Banks. Banks, the latest goal scorer for the Adanacs, helping this team to an 8-5 lead currently with 11:30 to play in the third period. Charney sends it far side. Phillips puts that one on target. Kicked aside again by Watson. And he hangs onto that one for the whistle. Kai George over center with lots of room and lots of time to work with. For those of you keeping track, we do have another broadcast here on BC Sports TV going on right now. Poco versus Langley, also in the BC Junior A League. Langley currently up 3-2 after 20 minutes of play. For those of you doing your scoreboard watching. As I'm sure the Burnaby Lakers are going to be watching this one as well, because if New West is able to come back and find a victory here tonight, they will leapfrog the Lakers into 5th place. But Coquitlam trying to take away any hopes of that one. Manarino gets one past, and that is certainly going to help his Coquitlam Adanacs. That's the third of the game from Marcello Manarino, his 16th of the year. Takes a big hit from Tyson Nielsen, pays for that one. But cashes in nonetheless, and we have ourselves a 9-5 game with 10.5 to play in the third period.
9th goal scored at 10 minutes 34 in the third period. Number 34, Marcello Manarino, assisted by number 45, Jackson Smart, and number 28, Jordan Reed.
Coquitlam back to work offensively as they work the two-man game from the right side. Charney through the middle, takes a shot and a glove save there by Watson. Stepping across to his left and shutting the door there. Fresh 30 now for Coquitlam. Kennedy over to Dillon, spinning away, using the screen, blocked by George. Charney tried to put that one over top of the shoulder of Watson, but he stopped that one. Skip feed to Charney once again. Takes a hit, corrals the loose ball, has some room, takes a shot and a save again by Watson. Now Kai George. Passes up to Cameron Ickert, an underhand pass intended for Ezra Glanville, just couldn't handle that one. And Coquitlam goes the other way. Clark to Ben Musso. Takes a slash there from Ickert, jars the ball free into the near side corner. And Ben Sonnen grabs the ball from behind his own net. Lobbed pass. Up top to Kieran Isbister. Gets over center with just a second to spare, and now 20 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Glanville can't sidestep the crease there as he got in a little bit too close for comfort. And now Coquitlam goes the other way. 57 shots on the night so far for the Adanacs, and we still have 8:45 to play here in this one. Unbelievable, as they have 30 more shots than the Bellies here tonight. Smart over to Charbonneau. Uses the screen from Phillips and gets underneath. Skip pass intended for Smart. Just deflected off of his stick. Good job, though, to get a shot on target as the shot clock was winding down. Either way, it will be New West possession if they can get over center here. Pressured by Kennedy. Flip pass ends up in the stick of Axel Sanderson. Pressured along the sideboards. Works his way through the middle. Still has a handle on that one. And we have a delayed call coming up against the Adanacs. 6-on-5, New West goes with 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Dukeman over to Hines McDonald. Down low to Sanderson. Skip past to Dukeman. Shoots that one just wide. Into an empty net for Sanderson just before the shot clock expires. With the extra attacker on the floor, Axel Sanderson makes this a 9-6 game with 7:52 to play. A buzzer beater from Sanderson as Kask was just about a foot away from being able to get a stick on that one. That's the first of the game here tonight from Axel Sanderson, and New West finds them back within 3. It's an important goal for the Bellies if they want to continue to try to chip away here. But the shift after a goal is always so important for both teams, and we'll see what Coquitlam can draw up here first. Charney with it for the Adanacs, getting pressured outside.
Penalty to number 36, Ben Coghill, for holding. Washed
Glanville takes a big hit from Ryan Favreau. What a hit there that sent Ren Glanville flying, and neither team happy about this one here. Clock currently running 2 after a whistle. Looks like we're going to get a New West power play. Not sure what the call is, but wowee, what a hit there from Ryan Favreau. Our team of experienced professionals at Capo Construction offer a full range of construction services from commercial buildings. With a commitment to quality and attention to detail, we ensure every project is completed to your satisfaction. Contact us today and let's get started. Thank you, Capo Construction. So New West going back to work here on the man advantage. That one kicked aside by Kask. No rebound to show for it either. So the physicality certainly picking up here between these two teams, with New West continuing to try to chip away here. And a big opportunity on the man advantage to do so. Manarino short-handed up top for the Adanacs. He'll head off with just 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Pass through the middle. Smart just couldn't quite corral that pass. And New West is going to go the other way with just about a minute remaining in the man advantage. They work it down low, now to the stick of Nolan Ragazzi. That shot by Dukeman goes wide. He takes a hit as well and goes back over center. Now Jackson Fridge in alone on a breakaway. Wrong side, and a save there by Watson. A twister from Jackson Fridge, just about half an inch away from stinging that low corner and making this a 10-6 game. 30 seconds remaining on the power play for New West. Ragazzi down low to Hines McDonald. Back up top now to Dukeman. There's their motion. Ragazzi intended to put that down to the stick of Nielsen, but picked off by Coquitlam. And Ty Banks goes the other way. A 2-on-1 if they hurry. There's the feed. Back to Banks. Puts that one into the right shoulder of Watson. Not a lot of room to work with there for Banks. Still found some time to make a fake. Now New West the other way. What a save by Kask! Jack Kask goes left to right and gets a stick up on that one. And finally, we're back to 5-on-5 after some frantic action both ways. Ren Glanville takes a hit from behind from Shinato. McDonald, flip pass down low to Ren Glanville. Just couldn't quite handle that one. And the turnover will send Coquitlam the other way. Here's Cole Kennett to Jackson Dillon. 3 goals on the game here tonight for Dillon. Waits for the screen from Manarino as those two go to work. as they have all night long here. Now Phillips puts that one wide off the sideboards. Jackson Dillon battles. But loose ball picked up by Kieran Isbister, and now he's off to the races, and he scores! Kieran Isbister gets his first of the game and his first of the season from his wrong side of the floor. Coast to coast. And he gets his team back within 2. 9-7 with 4:29 to play in the third period.
15, Kieran Isbister, unassisted.
Another hit after the faceoff there, that time going against Robbie Turpin. He bounces right back up, so glad to see he's all right after this one. And Jackson Smart now slowing things down for the Adanacs. Down low to Charney. Smart sets the screen. Charney spins back over top. He has some room, and a great stick check there by Cameron Ickert to take away that scoring chance from Charney. And with 3:50 to play now, Reed Watson is going to head off to the bench, and New West is going to go 6-on-5. Down by 2. Still trying to come back in this game. Reed Hines McDonald looking for a target. Finds one far side to Dukeman. Goes behind the net looking for a target now. Over to Regazi. Deflected by Ben Coghill. And New West has got to get back to their bench quickly so Watson can get back between the crease. And that's Ben Coghill putting that one wide. Excuse me, that was Ryan Downey replacing Watson. Maybe the speedier of the two goalies is Ryan Downey as he stays at the door, ready to streak back towards his net. New West, 6-on-5 once again. Here's Hines McDonald with 15 to shoot. Down low to Nolan Regazi. Onto the crease for Ren Glanville, just out of his reach as he had to stretch across his body. And couldn't quite get a clean look there. Here comes Coquitlam now over center. 2:35 remaining in this third period. Coquitlam still up 9-7. And Ryan Downey back between the pipes. That shot blocked by Sonnen. New West still with possession. Onto the crease, and they couldn't quite get that one on target. No, the official says that one crossed after the shot clock expired. I'd like to see a review of that one. I don't know. That one looked like it was in before the clock went. Either way, though, New West goes 6-on-5 again as they work it around the perimeter. Here's Axel Sanderson. Down low in the near side corner up to Regazi. Over to Ren Glanville. Onto the crease, intended to connect with Sanderson, and New West going for the, or excuse me, Coquitlam going for the opening net, and that one goes wide. Sanderson. Back pressure by Jackson Fridge, but Hines McDonald now has it up top. 1:35 remaining in the third period. New West still down by 2. Dukeman down low to Ren Glanville. Twomley got that shot on target, but Kask shut the door. Fridge gets away from the double team, and that's Ben Coghill getting it over center with 1:15 to play now in the third period. Shots are 60-31 in favor of Coquitlam. Good defense there by Ben Sonnen on Jackson Smart. Causes a turnover, and Kai George goes the other way for the New West if he can get a handle on the loose ball. Battles with David Charney for it, and he cannot grab it. Under a minute to play now. Luca Anton Giovanni, the captain of these Adanacs, gets over center and finds some room free of some pressure. Bouncer up top to Charney. Has Coquitlam surely content with just killing some clock here. Charney through the middle, falls, still got a shot just wide. That one had some power behind it from his knees. New West tries to call a timeout here. I don't think they have one. No, the official says they do. My mistake. So with about 27 seconds to play here, New West calls timeout. And will try to draw up, in their eyes, what will be a quick offensive play. With under 30 seconds remaining now in this third period, they have to get something going here quickly in a situation where they will ideally score, win the faceoff, and be able to go right back to work here. Not an easy task ahead of them, as I'm sure Ryan Downey will start off on the bench. You can see both goaltenders standing beside each other there. New West going to go 6-on-5. As it's going to be Austin Dukeman starting off with the ball on their own side of center. He's got Ren Glanville. Aiden McDonald just coming onto the floor now. Lucas Nielsen in the middle. Reed Hines McDonald. And Nolan Ragazzi down low on the crease. Ragazzi with it now. Cross-floor feed to Glanville. As another one tries to put that one over top of Kask, and he put it just wide. Now 12 seconds to play here in the period. Hines McDonald has to shoot. He does. Almost put that one 5-0, but Kask shuts the door. He's going to go for the empty net. Puts that one the length, and it hops just over top. And that's going to do it for us here from the Palace. Coquitlam hangs on to a 9-7 victory over the New Westminster Salmonbellies. What a game, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you to everybody for joining us here on BC Sports TV. On behalf of our entire crew, cameraman, and production, I've been Tino Farah, and we will see you next time.